Wait, close the door behind you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my name is Rachel, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that has been in the media and all over social networks, and that is Kim Davis. And I have a lot of friends who identify Republican and are really conservative Christians, and they've been posting a lot of things about how they think she's courageous and posting videos of her when she got out of jail. And she did this whole celebration thing and made this speech and had Eye of the Tiger playing behind her, and it was this crazy circus. And I just wanted to talk about a little bit kind of about myself and my story, and also how I think that this affects me and the things I think about Kim Davis and the Christian image. And so I wanted to start with the story about someone I grew up with. And growing up, ever since I was 2 or 3, I had this best friend, and we spent every single day together, and we were really close, and her house was my house until I was about 13, and I decided to go to a Christian summer camp that I'd been growing up to. But that summer, it was pretty different for me. I decided to become a serious Christian, and I remember posting statuses on Facebook about how much I love Jesus and camp songs that I heard about my faith. When I got home from camp that summer, I had called her a few times and she never answered, and I heard through a mutual friend that she had decided to cut contact with me because she found out I was a Christian, and because she had come out and had become openly gay, and she just automatically assumed that because I was a Christian, I didn't want anything to do with her. And that's been something that's really shaped not only my faith, but my personality, my beliefs, and how I approach people. And I want to talk about the Christian image and how awful it is right now, kind of, as Kim Davis has kind of become a spokeswoman for us as Christians. And I wanted to talk about what that means for us. And I believe wholeheartedly in LGBT inclusion, and I think that the church needs to be more proactive and attentive about including LGBTQ teens and adults and just the whole community. And I think that what Kim Davis is doing and did by openly standing up and saying what you're doing is shameful and publicly shaming people, I think it's perpetuating this image that LGBTQ people are not welcome in the church. And the point that people aren't even willing to be friends with Christians because they think they're so actively against, violently against their lifestyle, then they just cut off Christians, which completely keeps them from any relationship with Jesus and any chances of stepping through the doors of the church. And I recently read a book called Love is an Orientation by Andrew Marin, and he talks about how as Christians, whether you believe homosexuality is a sin, whether you believe being transgender is a sin, our only job in life is to love people. And there's so many definitions of love in the Bible, but I wanted to read to you guys from Corinthians 13, and that says, just one little excerpt, it starts at verse 4. It says, "Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always trusts, always protects, always hopes, and always perseveres." And so, time and time again, as I've tried to dive deeper into what love means and Jesus' example of love, never have I ever seen Jesus publicly shame someone the way that Kim Davis tried to publicly shame the LGBTQ community and the couple that tried to get married and celebrate their love. I believe in a God of love and a God of second chances, and I don't want to condemn or shame Kim Davis in any way, but I do want to encourage everybody to stop perpetuating this image of Christians that exemplifies them as being hateful and just completely intolerant. And I believe that a lot of times people, they say they're not intolerant, and they say they're inclusive, and they love the sin or hate the sin, and I think that that is still perpetuating the image of the intolerant Christian. And I just really, my dream for the church would be that a gay couple could come to church and be openly worshiping God while loving their partner, and not have to feel shame about that, and not feel like they can't even come and experience God, or like even just test out coming to church. My goal would be for my friend, the one I grew up with, that she would not have that same image of Christians that she originally had, that to the point where she didn't even want to be my friend. I would hope that in the future, in our future generations, for my kids and for even people now, like teens now, that the church would be a more inclusive place, and even like in the whole world, that when people view Christianity, they don't view it as a place that is hateful. And I think that Kim Davis really set us back by saying openly, and like openly shaming the LGBTQ community, and that is really upsetting to me. And also something I want to talk about is that Kim Davis was quoted saying multiple times that it makes her sad when people say Jesus doesn't love her, even though she repeatedly is saying that Jesus doesn't love LGBTQ teens and the whole community. And I just believe that if you feel that it's so sad to think that Jesus doesn't love you, then maybe you should think about how that makes others feel when our culture, the whole Christian culture, is repeatedly telling them, we love you as a person, but we don't love what you do, the way that makes them feel and what that leads to. And just check out like mental illness statistics in the LGBTQ community and like suicide rates, and they're so elevated. And I think that it's really important that we educate ourselves so we can kind of fix this image that we have of the Christian community. And I think a good step for that would be us as the United Methodist Church to take active roles in trying to fix this image that we have and make it a more positive and inclusive and like loving image. Because it's not our job, whether you believe being homosexual is a sin or not, again, it's not our job to fix someone or to make them renounce their ways and to change and become straight. It's our job to love them. And through our love, they can meet Jesus. And maybe if Jesus believes that, I don't believe Jesus believes that, but if Jesus does believe that, then it's his job, and he can convict their heart and change them. But I don't believe that. But either way, no matter what you believe, the truth is that we need to be more inclusive and more loving so people will meet this loving relationship with Jesus.